New York City becomes the first city in America to require proof of a coronavirus vaccine for workers and customers for indoor dining, gyms, and performances. President Joe Biden says he supports local government and states making that happen.
I think they just need to give the authority or those restaurants or businesses to say, in order to come in, you have to give proof that you've been vaccinated or other you can't come in.
So could Chicago follow suit and require proof of vaccinations to do all those things? Joining us to discuss this and more are Colleen Connell, the Executive Director of the American Civil Liberties Union of Illinois, Robbie Lane, co-owner of the Four Moon Tavern in Roscoe Village, Renee Labrana, owner of Our Public House in Rogers Park, and Sam Toia, President and CEO of the Illinois Restaurant Association. Welcome all of you to Chicago tonight, or back to Chicago tonight. Renee Labrana, I want to start with you. You have been requiring proof of vaccination at your establishment since June. Why did you make that decision, and how has that been going?
Well, when I talked with my staff, after the pandemic shut us down, we had 100% coming back, and we really spoke with all of them to make that decision along with myself, and everyone was for it. So it seemed like a no-brainer.
And tell me how it works. You card people at the door and you ask for their vaccination card as well?
Right. They need to show proof of vaccination, whether it be a phone shot or their card, and also along with their ID.
And Robbie, you actually had an employee test positive a while ago, and you've gone down this route too, requiring vaccination and masking. Tell us how that's been going.
Well, we just started doing the masking last week and asking for vaccine cards if you're going to sit at the bar. It's been going okay. It's a little bumpy here and there, but for the most part, people are very supportive.
And as we mentioned at the top, New York instituted this mandate to go to restaurants, bars, and indoor activities. Chicago Public Health Commissioner Allison Arwady was asked whether Chicago will follow New York City's lead. Take a look.
Certainly, we're interested in this. We'll be watching to see how this plays out, but we don't have a current plan to do something like that at the city level. We're working on the tech piece that will help businesses who may be interested in this. So right now, where folks are looking at their cards and doing that, I love it. Thank you, to make that decision, and we want to support businesses. It's a really big decision to try to impose something like that on an entire sort of class of businesses.
So Sam Toia, at this point, the city is leaving it to establishments to make that decision on its own. You represent the industry at large in Illinois. How do they feel about this and about certain individual places requiring proof of vaccination?
Well, first off, Paris, thank you for having me on. But we at the Illinois Restaurant Association strongly encourage all diners, staff, and visitors to get vaccinated as soon as possible. So that similar vaccine mandates for indoor dining is not necessary. So that's number one. Restaurants they're always about safety. The number one concern of every restaurant owner operator is the safety of their team members and their guests. We know how to do this right. Each restaurant owner operator has to figure out what's right for him or her, how they want to run their establishment. But, the larger restaurants might be easier to do. The smaller restaurants in our 77 communities, I don't know if they would be able to do that, carding people at the door, making sure they match the vaccine card and stuff. It's been a devastating 18 months. And, restaurant owners, operators are still paying bills from 16 months ago. So that's why we got to get the RRF Restaurant Revitalization Fund replenished as well, because only 1/3 of the restaurant was able to use those grants. There's still 2/3 of the restaurant out here that have not gotten grants. And if we got to go backwards, it's going to hurt even more.
A lot of places struggling financially. Colleen, do you see any civil liberties issues here with restaurants deciding that they won't serve you if you don't have proof of vaccination?
No, Paris, I don't see civil liberties issues here. We've required vaccination and proof of vaccination for decades in this country to get admitted into elementary school, to get admitted into colleges and universities, and to board airplanes to foreign countries for international travel for countries at risk. So there are no civil liberties issues unless we see some kind of discriminatory enforcement, like requiring people of color to show proof of vaccination, but not requiring white people to show proof of vaccination. And we're not seeing anything remotely like that in New York, or our other guests tonight. So no, I don't think that there's a civil liberties issue in the abstract like this.
Renee, do you get any pushback to customers who don't have vaccination proof and want to go to your establishment?
Of course, we've had a few bad reviews, and what's nice for us, unfortunate, is we do have outdoor dining where people can dine, still at our establishment just outside, but if they want to come inside, they're going to have to show that proof.
Robbie Lane, have you noticed any kind of difference in business since you've instituted the mask mandate and then the vaccination requirement to sit at the bar? Has it hurt business? Has it improved business?
It's a bit of a flux right now. I think a lot of people are getting those last vacations in August. So sometimes that kind of knocks us down a little bit. But last weekend didn't seem to be much of an issue. So maybe a little, but I don't think so. And on the other hand, I think a lot of people are coming out because they've seen that we're doing it and they like it. So we're getting more people who haven't been out for a while to come in.
Sam Toya, do you have members expressing fears to you as we all see these cases rising again, fears of possible shutdowns again?
Absolutely. Like I said, the last 16 months have been devastating to the restaurant industry. So they're very concerned. That's why I brought up a little while ago about replenishing the restaurant revitalization fund is so important. And they're also concerned about their staff trying to enforce the vaccination rules, because that's something they're not trained for. So they really don't want to put their staff to be the vaccine police. They're very concerned about that.
They're nervous about having to do that and dealing with guests that might be unhappy. So Colleen, you said that it's fine. It doesn't bring up any civil liberties issues if private businesses are enforcing a vaccine mandate. But what about New York City, municipality enforcing vaccine mandates to go to restaurants? If Chicago did something like that, would the ACLU be okay with it?
In all likelihood, yes.
And can you explain that a little more?
Yes, for the same reasons. I don't think there's a civil liberties issue. Cities and states enforce public health regulations all the time. And I think the question is even-handed, non-discriminatory enforcement. There seems to be a very strong public health interest here in enforcing protocol to protect against COVID infections. And so, again, I don't think that there's a civil liberties issue in the abstract as presented.
Colleen, could someone say they object on religious grounds, or, we have talked to a very small percentage of folks that do have legitimate possible allergies to what's in the vaccine. It's a minuscule percentage. Are those concerns at all?
Yes, those are concerns, but I think even in the case of religious objections, let's just take that for a moment. You have the right to refuse health care based on your own religious objections or religious views. You don't have the corresponding right to endanger other people because of your health care decisions. And so you might have the right to refuse a vaccine on religious grounds, but you don't have a corresponding right to go unvaccinated, for example, into a restaurant.
All right. Renee Labrana, you have a restaurant, and of course you believe that someone does not have the right to come in unvaccinated into your restaurant. Are you worried about business going forward? Can you continue to operate in this environment and do the business you need to do to sustain yourself?
Well, again, I said we are fortunate because we do have that outdoor area. So that is an option for people. But what's really nice is none of our staff has gotten sick. And I think everyone, as we were talking about before, people are actually thanking us. We have the few people who are upset by it, but for the most part, people are thanking us for it. And everybody remembers that small glimmer when no one had masks on and you could hug your friends. And I think everyone just really wants to get back to that.
Robbie Lane, is that the way you see it at 4 Moon? Can 4 Moon continue to sort of sustain itself in this environment with the virus still circulating, but with these protections?
I think so. We've got a great outdoor space too, and I think, you know, people are on board.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Our thanks to Colleen Connell, Robbie Lane, Renee Labrana, and Sam Toya. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paris.
Thank you.